This prison story is about when Freaky Freddy tried to press up on Fish for 2 packs of cigarettes. Now, for those that don't know who Freaky Freddy is, and for those that don't know who Fish is, I told many stories about Freaky Freddy, right? And I told maybe 3 stories about Fish. Now, Freaky Freddy was from Detroit, Michigan, and Fish was actually a guy that I knew back from Flint, Michigan. Now, the reason why they call Fish, it wasn't because that was his name in prison. No, this was his nickname back in junior high. I don't know exactly how he got that name, Fish, but it's stuck, right? Before we go any further, though, I need y'all to do your big partner Dante a favor, okay? Number 1, I need for y'all to hit that like button. And number 2, I need for y'all to let me know where y'all are from. And I'm going to tell y'all why I need to know where y'all are from. Just in case, if Elon Musk allow me to get on the first rocket ship to go to Mars, right? And let's say is a malfunction, right? And it's going out the atmosphere and I got to bail out. I need to know that wherever I land at on the earth, right? On whatever continent, whatever country, city or state or town, I need to know where y'all will allow me to come lay on your couch until I get rescued. So let me know in the comment section where you from. Also, y'all, I started my gaming podcast, okay? My gaming podcast. I'm going to have the link to my gaming podcast at the top of the comment section. All right, now let's get to the story. So, Fish came into our dormitory, right? I believe it was Friday. It was Friday because it was Burger and Friday. Now, everybody know on Burger and Friday, it is going down. It's almost, I ain't even going to say almost, it's guaranteed that out of 100 men in this dormitory, at least 20 fights is going to pop off because of these burgers and these fries. Because you got cats out there, what I like to say, ass betting, right? And these dudes would sit up there and be gambling trades that they don't have to give. And somebody is going to go without. Somebody can owe out 3-4 trays, right? And they only got 2 trays to cover debts. Somebody going to go without. And somebody that's going without ain't going to go for it, right? So Fish comes in there and he come right over there to my section, right? Because I'm running the Detroit, Flint, Pontiac, Saginaw, Benton Harbor, and Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids car, right? So he comes right over there, because Fish, at this time, Fish been down for about 9 months. So he know to get down, right? But Fish never met Freaky Freddy, but we finna get to that. Also, y'all, this whole entire week, right? This whole entire week, I'm just going to do Freaky Freddy stories. So today is Monday. Tomorrow you're going to get a Freaky Freddy story Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right. So anyway, yeah, we're doing a Freaky Freddy series this week. So anyway, Fish rolls over there and he like, hey, what's up, Dante? I said, what's good? I said, you straight? You need anything? He said, man, I've been jonesing, man. You got any cigarettes, any Newports? I said, yeah, I got a couple of them. Why, what's up? He was like, man, like, how you running it? How you running it? And what he mean by that, because everybody know that I ran that store. So what I would do with the cigarette game, if you want 1 cigarette, you got to give me 3 back, right? But in commissary, I would say give me 2 packs of noodles, right? For basically, if you take 1 cigarette from me on store day, I need 2 packs of noodles back, right? Or I need 2 honey buns. So if that makes sense. So 1 cigarette right there will cost you that. So I said, okay, check this out. I'm going to give you 5, right? I'm going to give you 5. So I need 25 packs of ramen noodles, or you can mix and match it with other commissary items. So he said, okay, bet, right? Yeah, it was real expensive up in there, right? That tobacco. So I did not know that Fish developed a chain smoke habit. I didn't know this. So when I gave him them 5, you know, he bounced off. He rolled off. I don't know where he went. I don't know what he did. But he came back like 10 minutes later. It was like, hey, Dante, listen, I know I owe you, 25 items, but you think I can get another? I said, Fish, come on. I said, hey, listen, Fish, check this out, man. I know we from the same city, but I'm not finna let you owe me no 50 items, bro. That ain't happening. He like, man, Dante, man, I'm jonesing, man. I really need it. I need it bad. Now, Fish wasn't a bad guy. Fish wasn't, he wasn't a creep. He wasn't he wasn't somebody that will intentionally try to get over on you or anything. So I said, you know what, Fish, here go a whole pack. I blessed him with a whole pack, y'all, that I could have got maybe 300 items off of. I just tossed him a whole pack, right? I said, here you go. He said, what's up? I said, Fish, I tell you what, give me your tray. Give me your tray. We can call it even. The whole whop. Now, this cat's looking at me like, what? Dante, are you serious? But they ain't say nothing. But they looking at me like, hold on, man. Did Dante really just get this old dude a pack for a tray? Oh, man. Right? So I tossed it to him. He said, I got you. I said, hey, Fish, I'm going to tell you right now, if I don't get that burger and fry, I'm going to kill you. He said, oh, man, Dante, come on, man, you looked out for me. You looked out for me, bud. This a blessing. This a blessing, bro. It's a blessing. I said, all right, Fish, I'm not playing with you. You better not get that tray up to nobody else. I promise to God, Fish. He was like, I got you, Dante. I got you. So he bounced off, right? Again, y'all, I got to put a pause. Again, I started my new gaming podcast channel. I'm going to have it pinned at the top of the comment section. All right. So anyway, he bounced off. And so Al was like, hey, Dante, man, what's up? I said, what you mean, what's up? He said, man, why you let Fish get the whole pack like that? I said, first of all, that's my pack. Okay, y'all don't dictate to me who I give and, let people slide on or whatever, man. What you mean? He said, but that was 3. I said, Al, man, mind your business, man. He like, all right, man, I ain't trying to tell you how. I said, well, it looked just like that you trying to tell me how to run my stove. He like, all right, Dante, my bad. So about, I don't know, let's just say an hour go past, right? A whole hour go past. Now, I'm over here watching the National Geographic Discovery Channel. I think it was Shark Week, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, and that's a pleasure for me to watch the sharks, chomp on people, they chop on people or whatever. So I'm watching it, and Fish comes over there, and he like, hey, Dante, I'm finna go get your tray. I said, all right, bet. So, the guy coming in, our people coming to me, the trustees coming in there with the trays or whatever. So I get up right quick and I put my hat right there at my seat so people would know don't touch that hat because, I'm sitting right there. So I get up there, I go get my tray and I'm sitting right there and I got my spread right there, right? And, cats coming to me that owe me fries. Cats coming over there that owe me burgers or whatever. And then cats is coming over there, dropping off the food or whatever. And I know I probably don't need to say this because we all adults, but some people don't understand this and don't know no better. In prison, matter of fact, in any place, but especially prison, never, ever put your hands on another man's food with giving him the items, okay? Because I done seen a lot of dudes get their head bust wide open because they done put their hands on somebody's fries and put it on their tray, or they put their bare hands on somebody's burger and put it on their tray and then get their head busted to the white meat, right? So cats coming over there, I'm taking the fries, I'm taking burgers, whatever, cats coming over there and I'm giving out what I owe the cats or whatever. So in the long run, I've had like 3 burgers and like a mountain of fries, whatever. So I'm good, right? So Fish come over there, he drop off his tray, good. So me and Fish Gucci, we good, right? So I happen to look over there, and Freaky Freddy is standing in his doorway, and he's looking at Fish, right? So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Remember, y'all, this is Fish's first day in the pod, right, in his dorm. So Freaky Freddy is standing there. He just walked right over there to Fish, right? Now, I'm pretty sure, Fish heard about him. I'm pretty sure somebody pointed Freaky Freddy out and told him, like, yo, he the store man, or, stay away from him if you ain't like that, or, you know what I'm saying? Somebody have to put Fish on game about Freaky Freddy. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, if he over there talking to Freaky Freddy, or Freaky Freddy over there talking to him, it got to be something sexual. It got to be some type of demonic activity that Freaky Freddy trying to put out on him. But that's not always necessary. That's not always, that's what's really going on. Freaky Freddy could just be hollering at him about some other type of business. But with my experience, Freaky Freddy sees a new guy coming here. He sees, Freaky Freddy always watching. He's always watching. He always trying to look for an opportunity to assert his dominance or put himself in somebody's life, right? And what better else to see a new guy coming in here that ain't got no commissary, that ain't got nothing, that gave away his tray, right? So Freaky Freddy is an opportunist. So he went over there, and so this is the conversation. So he walked up to him, he said, hey, how you doing, young blood? So Fish like, I'm good, man. What's going on? He said, I noticed that you smoke cigarettes. He said, yeah, I do. You got some, OG? He said, yeah, I got some cigarettes. I got a couple cartons. He said, bet. He said, but it's gonna cost you though. And he like, man, well, what is gonna cost me? Is you gonna charge like Dante charged me? Cause Dante do 1 for 3. He said, nah, I don't need no food. I don't need no commissary. But don't you step over here right quick? Come step in myself so we can talk personal. I don't want everybody in my business, right? Now, like I said, y'all, I don't know if Fish know about Freaky Freddy. I don't know if anybody put him on game. I'm assuming somebody did. I'm assuming his cellmate did. I don't know. Or maybe he didn't. So I see Fish walking over there, and he go to Freaky Freddy's cell, right? Now, Tar T is lingering around Freaky Freddy's cell for some reason. I don't know if he just eavesdropping. I don't know if he about to do a deal with somebody close by the cell. But Tar T hears the conversation, and I'm about to give y'all the conversation that Tar T told me. So so basically, when Fish get in the cell with Freaky Freddy like, listen, I don't play games at all, right? I don't need no food. You see what I got. I got all this food and, all this hygiene, and I got everything that you would need, right? But, I'm just like this, man. If I'll give you a carton of cigarettes, right? You know what I'm saying? That could get you, how I seen you smoking them cigarettes, that'll get you straight for about a week or a week and a half. You know what I'm saying? But I need something from you. And Fish like, what do you need from me? He like, man, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. So Fish like, what's up? What is it? He like, listen, man, I've been in here for 15 years now, right? And sometimes I get lonely up in here. And Fish was like, okay. And Freaky Freddy was like, listen, sometimes I get lonely up in here, and sometimes I seek companionship. So Fish like, what do you mean companionship? Like, what do that mean? He like, listen, I'm gonna scratch your back by giving you this carton of cigarettes, but I'm gonna need for you to scratch my back when the time comes. And Fish like, well, what do you mean scratch your back? What did that mean? You're like, listen, I want you to I want to have sex with you. So Tar T said it got quiet. Now, I don't know. This is what's coming from Tar T because he's right there by the cell. So I don't know. So Tar T, like, it just got real quiet. And then Fish walk out the cell. Now, Fish didn't have no cigarettes in his hand. So I'm assuming that, you know, he like, no, I'm not with that. I'm not doing that, right? Rightfully so. Now, I seen when Fish leave out the cell, boom. And I guess that was the end of it. So I thought, right? So next thing you know, about 10 minutes later, Fish goes to Freaky Freddy's cell and he knock on the door. He say, hey, man, come on with it. Let me get the carton. Let me get the carton. So Freaky Freddy gets up and he goes to his stash and he gives him the carton. Now, as he's handing Fish the carton, he like, now you know what comes with this, right? And Fish like, yeah, man, I know. Now, at this, I hear the conversation now, y'all. Everybody kind of watching at this point. He like, yeah, man, I know what you said. I got this. I'm good, right? So he like, all right, man, you know what comes with this. So he give him the carton and he runs to his cell, right? So the next couple of days, Fish is out there smoking good. When I say Fish is smoking good, Fish out here clouding, y'all. Fish is, he done broke down two cigarettes, y'all. Rolled a fat one up. I mean, he's smoking like he's smoking a cigar out here, right? He's smoking good. The fourth day comes around. Freaky Freddy is heading to the shower. I did not know that Fish was already in the shower, right? So Freaky Freddy is heading to the shower. So he pushes up on Fish while Fish is in the shower. And I guess Fish tell him like, no, man, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Because this is what I heard. Because I was standing in the line to get in the shower. And I hear Fish say, hey, man, I'm not doing that, man. No, I'm not doing that. And you hear Freaky Freddy say, no, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. I gave you them cigarettes. And so it get quiet. And then you hear Fish running out. Fish like, man, move. And he run out of there. And then Freaky Freddy comes out and he don't come all the way out of the bathroom, but he like stick his head out. He was like, hey, well, you going to have to give me them cigarettes back. You going to have to give me all them cigarettes back. I want double. I want 2 cartons. Or you going to give me that ASS. He said the word, but I just got to spell it out. So we all looking like, well, hey, it ain't our business. He knew what time it was. Hey, it is what it is, right? So Fish is in the cell now, right? And Freaky Freddy comes out the shower. He go to his cell. About 15 minutes go by, and Freaky Freddy comes out of his cell, and he beeline straight to his cell, right, to a Fish cell. And he's standing at the doorway. He was like, hey, man, you thought I was playing with you? I told you what was going. I told you what I needed if I gave them cigarettes. And Fish like, man, listen, man, we just gonna have to fight, man. We just gonna have to fight. So Freaky Freddy's like, hey, no, I'm not taking no loss, man. I need what I need, or you gonna have to give me 2 cartons. So Fish was like, man, listen, I ain't got nothing. I don't got nothing, man. I don't got nothing. So Freaky Freddy like, hey, listen. I'm not trying to hear that, man. You knew the deal. So now, y'all, what I'm about to tell y'all, I don't know if this part happened. I was not in that cell. I wasn't even nowhere near the cell. I was on the second tier towards the right corner. So I couldn't see nothing and I couldn't hear nothing. Okay, this was told to me by my homeboy Carl that lived right next door to Freaky Freddy, right? Before count, it's like a 30-minute window where there's no guards in there, right? Now, my homeboy Carl was in Freaky Freddy's cell playing poker. He said that Fish, now I didn't see this, y'all. He said that Fish walked in the cell and told Carl, like, hey, can I talk to him right quick? And he was like, yeah, what is it about? That's what Freaky Freddy said. And he was like, I just need to talk to you, right? So he told my homeboy Carl to, step out for a minute. Carl goes to his cell, and he can hear because the vent is right there. Freaky Freddy puts up the white sheet, right? And he said, what's up? He said, I got your money. And he like, well, where's it at? Where's it at? And he said that Fish pulled down his pants and said, I'm the money, and laid down on the bed. Now, I don't know, because I wasn't there to hear or see this. But that is what I was told, because word get around, right? So, don't say, oh, Dante, why you put Fish business out there? Listen, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what Carl told me. Now, here's some things that y'all might want to put on y'all mind. Whenever a white sheet goes up, it's not always for sexual activity. You could be, break it down to pack. You could just doing something, where men do that's heterosexual, It's many things that can be going on. But 9 times out of 10, if Freaky Freddy got the white sheet up and there's another male in there, something is going on. And like I said, Carl didn't have no reason to lie. He said he heard Fish say, I'm the money, and laid down on the bed.